Hello, we'd like to talk about the right workbook answer with you for the Form 1 geography. And then, so for the first one, and the answer is Y, and photograph 1C, the answer is C, and then photograph 1B, definitely you can see a lot of urban settlement and also some of the buildings and some of the tram and then vehicles and definitely urban areas. And then for the photograph 1C, it should be rural areas. And then for the number 3, quite a lot of you just having some problem on reading. Okay, so in the question it is asking the first few word is using a table. Okay, so accordingly, what is a table? You shouldn't answer in a long paragraph like pattern, and then accordingly you're gonna do it the same like here. Okay, the type of area, which one of them is rural and urban, height of building lower and one of them are higher, and then density of building, one of them are lower, and then for the figure 2 is up higher, and then population density, one of them is lower and then one of them is higher. Vegetation cover for the rural area smaller, and then figure 2 will be less, and then for the air pollution less serious for the rural areas, and then for the urban areas is more serious. Okay, so accordingly mixed land use will be the land use talking about. Okay, I miss a word here, and then it should be 1 mark. Okay, and then what are the advantage of there? The advantage of the living in there is convenient to work or convenient to buy things. Okay, and also transport. If you just write the transport or shopping and then give me a tick, definitely I'm not going to give you mark. Okay, come on, I'm not how to say, it's not a fill in the blanks question. It's a long question, long passage question you're gonna write in a complete sentence. Okay, so you're gonna write somehow longer and at least tell me a phrase. The safest way will be give me a complete sentence. Okay, complete sentence. Okay, subject, verb, object. Okay, it is very convenient to shopping. It is very convenient to elsewhere. It is very good to have some convenient to work, so on so forth. Okay, complete sentence. Okay, how about the disadvantage? Most of you can tell noise pollution from traffic area and air pollution. Maybe the flat size is too small, overcrowding, subdivided housing, so on and so forth. And also, please, answer in complete sentence, I beg you. Okay, and then for the last part, rather is going to develop in, rather we should develop in a large development project. Indeed, somehow it's good to develop, just like our policy address nowadays, and asking for the better development in the rural areas, just like we are going to have more MTR station, and also we are going to have some better linkage with China. So accordingly, is near China and then is having a good potential to develop is a good point. And then the large flat size, because just like Mr. Leung always say, I'm living in rich house and then I can have a larger living space. Okay, larger land, fat land. Okay, for development, then everybody can have a larger house, and then the environmental quality is good there. Okay, just like Mr. Leung again, Mr. Leung live in rich house and then I can enjoy the fresh air every day, and then the environment is quiet as well. Okay, and then how about the argument, which is not good, it's quite far from the city center, so Mr. Leung need to come back, wake up early for working. So you can think about if we are going to develop in even far region, just like rural region or the some area which is totally next to mainland, then it will be no good. And then because it's quite inconvenient. Okay, and then transport is inconvenient. Accessibility is good. No, what is accessibility? Which is in general, which is rather we can go there easily. Okay, so it's not okay to go there easily. Okay, it may damage the natural environment, because from time to time we have lost a lot of habitat for development, which may be the good home for the birds and also different kinds of organisms. Once we are going to have some development right there, and then it will become more chaos, and also there will be more problematic situation. Okay, So right now it will be the essay part of your right workbook question 4, okay? So in general, you are doing fine, but some of you can be better by giving me more example. I'm not going to praise anyone, but if you are the one showing in here, it's quite good, but can be better as well, okay? For example, at the very beginning for your essay, you may better write what is your essay about, maybe just very general, okay? There are different kinds of residential land use. Located in different areas in Hong Kong. Mainly divided into low income, middle income, and high income residential areas. Okay, so more or less like this, you can give me an introduction, because if you don't have a introduction in your any kinds of passage, is a bit rude, and then also is how say is the people may not really know what you are going to tell us. Okay, let me make it smaller. Wait a minute. Smaller or too small? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Yeah, almost like this. Oh, how come it's not changing? But anyway, I think I will better give you here, and then I'll send the entire things to you in the Google Classroom as well. Okay, so next paragraph, in general, it can be grabbed in the notes, and for middle income residential area, mostly located next to the MTR station, coastal area, just like I have told. And maybe you can tell me some examples right here. Maybe just like Locust Park, so on and so forth. Okay, give more example is never lose. MTR maybe 太威啦. And then the building are medium in size. You can tell me maybe 600 or 500 feet. Good in quality, just like One Park Garden, and it is having a lot of facilities. And then the living standard are good and convenient. We can go to the clubhouse of this building to swim in the swimming pool. For example, the One Park Garden, Thai Kushing, or the City One Satin, okay? And then for the high income residential area, it's okay in general, okay? But you can tell me, oh, mostly, I better use the writing because it's easier to see, okay? Mostly, they may have the area, the residential, sorry, it should be. Sorry for my handwriting because I don't bring along with my Apple Pencil. Mostly the residential will have some private swimming pool, private pool, or car park. Okay, so it will be better in general. Just elaborate, just try your best to elaborate some more, okay? And then I forgot to give you something, and then which is some footage of the drone which is made in the Langkawi City, which is a kind of middle income residential. But sorry, for high income residential, I really afraid that I will get asked by the security for whether I'm allowed to fire the drone along with it. Okay, so that I really don't have the drone footage of the high income residential. But let's have a look about the Langkawi City as a middle income residential area. as to go on, and then most of you are really not having a lot to talk about for the low income residential area. Indeed, because maybe Mr. Leung haven't told you in the lesson or anything else, but you're just direct copying from the workbook or just making up the thing in the workbook. And actually, we are not just having all urban area. Okay, although this student is have some description about the squatter areas and also the, let's see, all urban areas where can we find all urban areas? Samsui Po Sampo Gong, and then but in and also we are also having public housing estates. Okay, so that's why mainly I'm going to deduct him for 1 mark for here. Okay, you should know that it should be 5. The mark should be 5/6, and then for here it's just the conclusion, and then if you just give it just give a conclusive summary, just trying to wrap up the whole thing in the whole essay will be fine already. Okay, just 1 or 2 sentences will be fine. But for here, you're missing a public housing. Okay, so I think some mark will be deducted. But how can you describe more for the squatter area? Maybe you are not really familiar with it. So accordingly, although today is the typhoon Sailor 8, Mr. Leung still go out and taking some footage for the public housing as well as the squatters area for you. Okay, here we go for the footage, and you can try to write something because I really don't want to give the whole passage for you for copying and then just memorizing in the examination. But indeed, you can just maybe have a look for my footage and then trying to make up some paragraph for what you have seen for the squatters as well as the public housing estate. So maybe 1 more paragraph for the housing estate, and then also 1 more paragraph for the squatters area. I think even for this essay, it will be very good already, and then it worth full marks already. Okay, so let's have a look about the different low income residential after all. Okay, so see you in the next video. Hello, I would like to show you some squatters which is next to my home, and then this is one of them, and you can see the structure is quite simple. And then let's look inside, because right now it's still typhoon signal number 8, and then it's still rainy, but in general I'm fine because I just live in here. I just walk several steps that leads to my home, so that I think I'm safe. But anyway, yeah, so that you can see the window is not too good, and this one indeed is not for home, it's just for the storeroom of some party, but I don't know who is in. And then but you can see in general the building structure is very poor for the squatters. Like this, the door is already broken out by it's already broken in last time in the typhoon last time, and then it's gone. And then right here you can see the original door is here, and then they are not going to repair it for instant. And then during the rain you can see there's some water right here, and then in general, well, it's a bit windy, and in general it is next to the drainage, and then it's quite the living condition of this kind of squatters will be quite poor. So maybe for most of you living in the urban area, maybe you are not really know what is squatters, and I would like to show you this. And you can see also that the electric wire is a bit lousy, and then it's quite not well planned, and then a lot of bicycle is next to it, and then it reflects that it's lack of maintenance, and people just put the things right here without proper planning. And you can see still inside there's a lot of water. So this house squatters look like, although it's not for living, but you can see in general, if the people live in there, the living condition is quite poor. Oh, hello student, I'm in one of the public housing estates, and It's in Satin next to my home, so you can guess where is it, okay? I'm not going to specify which one, okay? And you can see there's a lot of public facilities and including shopping complex, and then also there are a lot of greenery. And then how does the buildings look like? Wait a minute. The buildings looks like this, okay? And then although it's not really beautiful, and but at least you can see it's quite regular. And then also there are a lot of facilities, okay? For example, you can see there's a lot of, although it's a bit old, at least it is there are some seats that allows the people to sit around. And also today is the typhoon signal number 8 is hosting, and then so low people is sitting here, but you can see there are some recreational facilities, and then there are some shopping complex. Luckily it's not too rainy so that I can just walk through. And then there are some markets which is very convenient to the residential units. And then you're gonna have McDonald's, so on and so forth. And so you can see the basics amenities is quite okay. Okay, so this is how the public housing estate look like.